G'day folks, it's Mish here, and in today's adventure we're going to do a little bit of gold panning. Now I'm out in regional Victoria. I'm near a creek that has been known for gold in the 1800s. Will we find any today? Not entirely sure, but we'll do some sightseeing as well. So without any further ado, let's grab the gear and let's go exploring. Well folks, I thought we'd kick off this adventure with a little bit of sightseeing. Now forgive me if it gets a little bit loud down here because we are right on a waterfall. This, my friends, is the Turton's Creek Falls. So this is out in sort of central eastern Victoria. It's a little bit steep. We'll take our time down here because we've just recently had quite a lot of heavy rainfall in the state. We're getting there. Give you a bit of a look behind me while I make my way down here. Now this is actually my very first time to these falls, so I'm a little bit excited. You used to be able to go all the way down, but as you can see, this is about as far as we're getting today. But we will be exploring some calmer sections of creek. Anyhow, let's have a look at this one for now. You have no idea how badly I want to jump that fence, but having a look at the ground, let's give you a better look. My goodness, that looks slippery. What goes down must go up. At least there wasn't too many steps today. Whew. I get the feeling I'm going to be exhausted at the end of this adventure, if this elevation's anything to go by. Alright crew, I've arrived at my intended panning location, and before I head down into it, I want to just take in the absolute majesty of this place. So you can see there's quite a large tree trunk behind me, so if you sort of notice I'm about this height on that tree, yep. Take it in, my friends. Whoop, keep going, keep going, keep going, and there we are. That's insane. And like, just to compound that a little bit further, we're actually heading downhill into this gully, probably a couple of stories down. Yep. Let's have a bit of a look, give you an idea of what we're going into. So we're going to have to do a little bit of bush bashing, make our way down here, and our ultimate destination is just down in this dark area. There's actually a little gully in there, and I can see a little bit of the stream, so we're in a perfect spot to get down nice and close to where hopefully we can find a little bit of gold, but if nothing else, I think we're going to have a nice peaceful afternoon. So the problem about being a YouTuber and doing this sort of stuff as well is that it effectively doubles your gear. You've got all your gear for prospecting, examples here. I'm holding a camera in the other hand, which may or may not be a great decision. Might be great for you guys, you might see a spectacular landing. But yeah, there's a lot of multitasking going on right now. This is very steep. Are we there yet? I can tell I'm not the only person that uses this access though. There's these little, hard to point with a bucket in my hand, there's these little flattened out patches I can see where people have stepped in the past. As for how recently, not sure. It is a semi-popular prospecting spot. Well, I can see my destination. It's down there in the background. So, in one sense, I don't have too far to go. It's maybe about 10 metres, 30 feet. The problem is it's probably about 20 feet downhill and about 10 feet across. We'll get there, but I better concentrate. Well, that looks cool. Check that out. Like a vine that's grown off the tree. That's really cool. Nice, folks. We've made it. Now we've managed to only muddy up our boots. I didn't tumble over. There was a very near miss at one point there. I can see someone else's footprint right here. So I dare say I've had company semi-recently. I haven't seen any other cars since I got here. But there's a nice little water flow going on. So I might just pop all my gear down, wander up and down a little bit. We'll see if we can find a good spot to set up. Ooh, that's a good spot. Oh, yep, clearly I'm not the only person who thought that. So I was looking at the inside bend, lower pressure area, and then not 2 feet in front of where I'm talking about, someone's actually had a go here. So it's good to know that my thought process is on the right track, or at least as long as theirs was as well. This place is beautiful, guys. I just know I'm going to be distracted for ages before I even think of starting detecting. Or panning, rather. I'm so used to saying detecting. I guess it's still detecting for gold. I'm just using my eye detectors instead. What else we got down here? Oh, there's just so much potential. Someone else has had a try here. Got a little bit of an undercut going under this fern here. That could be interesting. And oh, we've got a little bit of a dam going on here. This fern's obviously fallen down in recent years. It's made a bit of a bank. So I don't know whether that spot will be worth a try. It might be. That would certainly stop high velocity water momentarily. We're learning as we go. But all right, we better try some spots. I'll go back to the gear and we'll get started. Well, I think an ideal spot for me to start, I might rely on a little bit of local knowledge, at least hopefully it was local knowledge. This is the large hole I saw that was already dug. Probably going to tidy that up a bit before I go. And I'm going to search that bit, that very first bit where my instincts kind of went, that looks all right. So there's a very slow moving bit of water. Whoop, just next to that hole that I fell into. Good one, Mish. So we're going to set up there. We're going to go back over here, get my digger. Now, ideally, I would have also brought a bait pump, yabby pump. I was trying to borrow a family member's one this morning before I left. Unfortunately, didn't get that in time, so I am just armed with a shovel. I've got my hand digger and crevicing tools and that sort of thing if I needed to get in among bedrock. Not really seeing bedrock in this spot, unfortunately, but that's all right. We'll try this hole. We'll try my spot. Fingers crossed. Watch me fall into that hole again, guys, I swear. There's a bit of depth to it. It's at least several inches deep. We'll give that a whirl, shall we? Oh, maybe I can use that spot to my advantage. Yes, perfect for a pan. checking we don't have any massive gold nuggets in the classifier. Certainly not looking that way. Interesting stones perhaps, but anyway. Whew. And the verdict on the first pan, well, no. I think I was getting my hopes up for a speck, but nope, that's all right. We'll keep trying a few more test pans. Just a cool rock, don't get excited. Well, crew, this is a little bit embarrassing to say, but I've actually done maybe a dozen or more pans since we last spoke. I'm not having any luck at all, but that's okay. Look, this place, while it was a gold rush place, it was pretty much depleted at the end of the 1800s. There are folks still getting specks here and there today, so there was always a chance I was going to go home with nothing, and it's looking like today's going to be one of those days. I'm not fully defeated yet. I will have a couple more pans, but I think it's time for coffee, maybe a snack. I got to wait for this rain to stop a little bit if I want the good camera to come back out, and yeah, we'll just enjoy the adventure today, guys. All right, coffee time. Something worrying I've just noticed is that I have a leech inside my coat. I'm kind of hoping that's the only one I've got going on right now, but I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got it. It took I grabbed a leaf and I tried to pinch it off and that wasn't working, and then I got sticks and I was trying to flick it off. That wasn't working. It was holding on for dear life, as leeches do. I've either managed to finally get it with a stick or I've managed to mush it into the zip of my coat. I'm really not sure. I'm kind of paranoid as to where else they might be now. Now, I did come prepared today. I actually have two pairs of pants on. One of them has stirrups, so my ankles are fully covered. You got to take precautions like this, especially when you're out on your own. I do have a first aid kit nearby. Look, I've got GPS tagging. I've got the whole works. These are all things you have to think about when you're out bush, though. Yep, still going to have that coffee, but I'm a little bit worried as to where I sit now. Well, things might not necessarily be going to plan because even my stool is soaking wet and I won't be sitting on that for my coffee. At least we've got the coffee machine. It's powering on. So far, so good. I have been looking forward to this all day. So hopefully I don't go dropping any of this. I'm going to take a few runs of this panning business to get the hang of things, including finding the elusive gold, apparently. All good. Alright, let's get this show on the road. So I guess there's a couple of things for me to contemplate after this adventure. The first one is, how do I effectively get rid of leeches when they're crawling up my coat? So drop me a comment if you've got any ideas on how to best deal with them. I've heard that salt is a good idea. Some people use a lighter like flame. I don't know, what's going to be the most effective, I guess, prevention, but also getting rid of them if they do latch on. And yeah, any tips on panning would be great. As you know, I'm learning. I'm far better with a detector than I am with a pan, but it's all about getting out and about at the end of the day. I'm having a lot of fun. Now, for those who do keep asking, I do get a few questions about this. I got this machine from Anaconda, which is a camping chain store in Australia. Can't remember quite how much it set me back. I think it was slightly over $100. A worthy little investment if you ask me. It'll make 3 very small cups of coffee and it will heat the water up to about 70 Celsius. It'll do about 3 cups before it needs a recharge. Or you can carry boiling water in a thermos and then it will do many, many more cups because it's not using all that energy to heat the water. Anyhow, yay, coffee time. Well, cheers guys. We might not be finding any actual gold today, but we've got liquid gold, so that counts. How did I ever go without this while camping? I do not know. This has been a highlight of my trip. No, that's a lie, actually. This is a highlight of my trip. How awesome is it to be stuck out in a place like this? And again, not stuck. I think I can get out. Out is up that way. That's where we'll be going soon. Couple more pans. We got this. That's better. Nope. Not looking good for this one either, guys. No. Oh well. Light's fading quickly. I think I've got time for one more pan. Fingers crossed. Oh, it's really starting to rain now. Camera's not currently in a waterproof configuration. So if the video ends here, the camera didn't make it. This is more of a speed pan than anything. Oh, because I really need to get out of here. Come on. Let there be a speck. Wouldn't it be hilarious if my final speed pan was the one that actually had some yellow stuff? But it's not looking like it, folks. I'll give you the hot tip. Same as every other pan today. No luck. Alright. If I don't want this trip to cost me a GoPro, I better wrap it up there. Guys, one final look at the rain with my much more waterproof phone. And then a final look at the leech that managed to make it onto my hand. We didn't get away with that one. Oh well. Well, folks, I think we can say we've made it. Yes, I've still got a little bit of gear to pick up behind me, but oh, there it is. I can see my vehicle. So we have made it out of here successfully. As you can see, the weather has gone a little bit south. But that's all right. Even though we didn't find any of the yellow stuff today, I really do hope you enjoyed this adventure with me. I've had a brilliant time out in the bush because all that practicing panning, I wasn't thinking about anything else at the time. And that, to me, that's absolutely priceless. It's worth more than any gold I could ever find. So if you enjoyed this adventure as well, please don't forget the like button. Drop me a comment if you want to see more adventures like this. Take care, stay safe, and once I'm out of here, I'll catch you on my next adventure. Cheers, guys.